blessed to stand here today with all of us who have a deep, unconditional, and unapologetic love for especially our black and brown peoples and black and brown youth who too often have been abused by the police, who have been maimed and murdered by the police. This has nothing to do with a hatred of anybody. It has everything to do with keeping track of the humanity of those who have been overlooked and downplayed and undervalued. And as a revolutionary Christian who stands here with my brothers and sisters who are revolutionary communists, who may have disagreements on a number of issues, what brings us together and the reason why Carl Dix and I founded the Stop Mass Incarceration 5 years together, the reason why we have been willing to go to jail is because we want the young people especially to know that there will be no peace unless there's justice. There'll be no order unless there's accountability. There'll be no calmness unless there's fairness. And this is not any kind of bodacious talk in the face of the police that loses sight of their humanity. We understand that they are also a part of a working class that has oftentimes been exploited systemically by the powers that be. We just want the police to know that when a precious black youth of whatever gender is killed, we are morally outraged. Just as, yes, when the police are killed unfairly, we are morally outraged, but it's not a simple moral even-handedness. We're talking about levels of poverty, decrepit schools, systemic oppression shot through our black and brown communities. And there is no way under God's heaven that we are not going to take a moral and spiritual stand in the name of justice and fairness and accountability vis-a-vis our police in this nation and vis-a-vis those who are ruling in high places. Says that an assault on the police is an assault on all of us. I say yes, I understand that. But Mr. President, we also want you to know that an assault on Letitia, an assault on Jamal, or an assault on Juanita is also an assault on all of us too. And that therefore when we talk about Black Lives Matter, it's a matter of recognizing the vicious legacy of white supremacy in this nation that goes back 400 years. And no presence of whatever power is going to turn us around. Just as a revolutionary Christian, I just want all of us to keep love at the center of this. In the name of a love of everyday people that has nothing to do with self-righteousness and has everything to do with keeping alive a legacy of a Martin King and a Fannie Lou Hamer and a Frederick Douglass and a Harriet Tubman and so many others that say even in the face of overwhelming power, there's power in love and power in the struggle for justice, and we come together with all colors. Is that right? Do we come together with all colors? Do we stand in the name of a love and justice that affects all of our humanity? But do we understand the vicious legacy of white supremacy that loses sight of the humanity of black folk? Especially our black poor, especially our black youth. But we would be doing the same thing if it were any other system of injustice, because we're talking about standing for humanity. That's why we're here today. That's why I'm here with Brother Carl Dix. I'm on my way to Olivet Institutional Baptist Church for my other meeting, but I didn't want to miss this because the whole world is watching, and we intend to be true and faithful unto death.